First time I saw it.
Sure.
Be jealous.
I am.
Hello, welcome to the Home Front, where we keep everything objectively subjective. I'm Tyler, your host, and to my right, as always, Mitch, my overly artistic friend. All right, so we recently went and saw Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary, which is great, by the way. See our review on that.
We didn't see it together, though, which is significant.
No, we do everything separately these days. We do not act like friends aside from on this show.
Yeah, I think you were actually trying to imply let's go see it together, and I was like, I'm gonna go take my mom.
I was like, fine. I don't need your friendship. But during that showing, because I had been avoiding a couple of trailers lately, this one specifically, I wanted to do it here. But I got to see the Dune Part 3 trailer in the theater, which, if you're gonna watch a trailer like this, theater's the way to do it. So we're gonna watch the trailer, and
it didn't play it for me. What were they thinking?
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm just glad that I got that experience, and since you wanted to go without me, that's what you get. So we're gonna watch it here today, and I would recommend, if you haven't seen this trailer, go watch it first, and then come back and watch it with us. It's worth watching twice, but it's better watching with no interruptions and no commentary.
Why don't you just go see Hail Mary? Hedge your bets that you can catch the trailer.
Then you get 2 for 1.
Yeah, because Project Hail Mary was great too. So,
and in fact, you might get a He-Man trailer in there as well, which is also great. Oh, yeah. We also have a reaction to that trailer on the channel. Anyway, so we're gonna watch the Dune Part 3 trailer, and then we've got some stuff to talk about, and then we'll leave you.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's watch it. I'm so glad they used the Dune music here.
From the first one? Because this humming piece,
this sounds new.
Yeah.
This sounds new. It might be from The Notebook.
I see what you mean, though, like music that is from the movie or by Zimmer.
So,
you need to be strong.
Have you read this one?
No.
Okay.
But I keep hearing that it's very weird. And some people feel like that's going to hurt the movie. I think there's a risk there. But
yeah.
I also feel like they've made enough changes already. They're not afraid to keep changing things so that the message gets through.
Right. Well,
I love that implication.
What?
The wisdom of his grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
Which he...
Right. Well, nope. Ugh. And I like that he's singing the song.
Yeah. This shot.
Yeah, so cool.
Oh, man.
The sounds.
More enemies fight back.
I know. I love Robert Pattinson. He looks like Sting.
He looks great. Yep.
from the original.
He's not playing the same character Sting played, so.
I know.
Ugh. So cool.
How did Father do it?
Your father never started a war.
Whoops.
The way she says that is she doesn't care. She's like, he didn't, but you did.
Yep.
As if that was the right call.
You got the implication. Anya Taylor-Joy, okay. Then they bring him back.
But isn't Anya Taylor-Joy supposed to be his daughter?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not afraid to die.
Long live the fighters, baby.
But I must not die. Yet.
That's Johnny doing what she gotta do. Ugh.
They're doing a great job of communicating that he is the villain. You're not supposed to side with Paul Atreides. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, this is not good. His face at the end tells you everything you need to know. Oh, nice. So, like, yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, so Anya Taylor-Joy is his sister.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Well, that's the weird thing, though, is that she should be a baby, so she's gonna like age.
This is pumping way in the future, so they're giving her some age, and then Shawnee's gonna have spoilers, twins. So you get both. You get Leto and.
Oh, I see. So they're just pretending that Timothée Chalamet is older when he's not.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna square that one. That's what I'm curious about, because the original Dune itself is Dune and Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
That's the first book.
Yeah.
But they're calling this a trilogy, as if Dune Part 2 was like, because this one, let's see, it goes Dune, Dune Messiah, and then Children of Dune. Those are the three first ones. And Children of Dune deals a lot more with the sister character. And I won't go too much further into it because I don't want to like spoil what may or may not happen at the end of this movie. But I have no idea what they're going to try and like pull in.
Yeah.
Because I'm imagining that they're probably going to try and include some of those themes and then bring some kind of resolution to Paul somehow, since it's the end of the trilogy. Unless they're going to try and hand it over to somebody else to continue it after Denis wants to be off. But
Well, I imagine Warner Brothers is going to want to do more.
they might do spin-offs, but to follow along the main storyline of Paul Atreides would be real strange. Unless they're doing like an Anya Taylor-Joy spin-off.
Probably.
Which they may. They'll have room to do so. And I'm like only lightly familiar with Dune. I've only read through them once. And I didn't finish Children of Dune. So, yeah, it's hard to understand what he's going to be doing. Because there's not like a perfect resolution. Funny thing is, there's a real great resolution at the end of Dune, the first book.
Right.
But then he felt like the message didn't come across. So he's like, all right, fine. I'll put Messiah in. Paul Atreides is not a good guy. Bad. This is bad. And it was like, oh.
Yeah, and then I guess it just kind of keeps snowballing from there. But then it goes into some really weird territories, which is fine.
Right.
But that's where people take issue with the fact that it's not adaptable. But this is the thing, like, because people are saying that about this movie. They're like, well, it's not going to be adaptable. And I'm like, well, but you said that about the first book.
Right.
And that was clearly adaptable and adaptable well.
And he did it right, though. Like, I remember we talked about this with Dune Part 1. There's not really a nice way to end that in the middle of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had to find somewhere where he knew, like, this is not a resolution that is fitting to the story we're telling. But I cannot, in good conscience, shove this book into one movie. It's not like Lord of the Rings needed, 3 movies, and it's following 3 books, but they condensed a lot of those themes in order to make it work properly.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't do that with Dune Part 1, so he's like, look, it's got to end where it ends. And if you don't like that, well, that's all you get.
Yeah.
But it did so well that then he got Dune Part 2, and then that's where he really got to shine. So those 2 movies are one story.
Yeah.
Dune Messiah is also one story, but he's also trying to like fulfill a trilogy of his own making from those books.
Yeah.
So imagine he's going to pull from his movies and then probably a little bit from the book following Dune Messiah in order to resolve Paul Atreides. That's what I imagine he's going to do, but who knows? I mean, I just know that he did such a great job with the first 2 films that I know I'm going to enjoy this. So I don't really care what he decides to do. I'm absolutely going to go watch it, and probably multiple times. I saw Dune Part 2 like 4 times in theaters.
I think I saw
wish
it like
I could
6.
I wish I could have seen it more, honestly, because that is in theaters the way to watch that movie.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
It was amazing. I saw it like 3 times in IMAX and then another 3 times just casually.
He funded the movie by himself, is what he's saying. But yeah, so we were talking a little bit about this too. So back in 2025, yes, we were talking about how Dune 2 just got hardcore snubbed from the Oscars.
Yep.
Hardcore.
Which they're not forgiven for.
They're not. No, it should have swept. It should have swept everything. I mean, it did an incredible job. Because Dune Part 1, like, you can forgive. Okay, it's brand new. It did really well, and it did a lot of things really nicely. But Dune Part 2 just raised the stakes so high.
It was the movie that everyone got it at that point. Because there were some people who were like, I'm mixed on this whole Dune thing. And then they saw the second one. I was reading someone's article, and he said that he watched the second one on his phone, and he was like, I didn't really care for it. But then he said he went and saw it in the theater, and he was like, okay, well, or not in the theater, or he watched it at home afterwards, like a few months later, and he was just like, that. It's like all my hesitation went out the window. I was like, okay, this is a masterpiece. What was I thinking? And so it's like that sort of was so emblematic when I read that of just how so many people were acting about that first movie is like, oh, I don't know, it's just a sci-fi movie. And then they saw the second, and were like, oh, that's what this is, because the story came together, right?
Yeah,
and was able to resolve that. So you're right. It is very weird because now we go into a third entry, but it's like he has to kind of take some initiative here and be like, if the book isn't stable, seeing as how it's a sequel, not really just the third part like Lord of the Rings is, it's not neat and tidy. Like Lord of the Rings had a lot.
It was
so
a
you had to
three-part-
make careful
It was
choices.
a 3-act story.
Yeah.
This one's not.
Right. It was still a 3-act story. So you can just, be like, all right, Tom Bombadil, get out of here. Like, we need time, and you
Burning
can go.
Shire,
Yeah,
not
like
important.
the stuff has to go. So that makes a lot of logical sense. Here, though, it's sort of like the decision making has to be a little bit more aggressive.
It's not as straightforward. It's a lot more philosophical themes and the dangers of organized religion and chosen figures and all that kind of stuff.
Zealotry.
And like people raising themselves to godhood, and so it's a lot more thematic, which I imagine kind of a double-edged sword. Like it may make it easier to make a third movie, or it may make it a lot more difficult. I don't know, but
yeah,
I know he's capable, so we'll leave it into his hands. But this trailer released the day after the 2026 Oscar awards.
How apropos.
Which is hilarious. I think it's their way of being like, pay attention. I know it's going to be a big year. It's going to be a real big year. Like, there's a lot of competition. And I think this past one definitely had some big movies, but this is the year of the epic.
This year's crazy.
Spider-Man coming out, Odyssey's coming out, Dune's coming out.
Avengers Doomsday.
Avengers is coming out. Project Hail Mary just came out. He-Man's coming out. Like, a lot of big films.
Yeah.
And so Dune's going to have to like contend against all of those.
Right. To be not only the blockbuster of the year, but somehow be the artsy Oscar pick of the year. But the thing is it's in the best position to do that.
With 2 films preceding it that did very well.
No, I just mean that like Denis Villeneuve does do the sort of art house style. He just likes blockbuster movies. Right. So he's kind of like a Spielberg in that sense, where Spielberg is like makes movies that everybody loves, but he also like has a lot of artistic integrity in what he does.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being like relegating himself to just being for fun, right?
Sure.
So like I do think it does feel like Warner Brothers is being strategic. I mean, they just had a great previous year. They got the most Oscars for all their films. They had Sinners was them, and One Battle After Another, which won Best Picture, that was them. Weapons picked up a acting win. So they were just all over that ceremony and financially. So this is their movie next year. Yeah. And they're like, okay, we got to give it the best position possible. So it's got that late December release, which is good. It actually comes out the same day as Avengers Doomsday.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
What a weekend.
Or a bad thing. But I'm kind of thinking it's probably a good thing, because it will make a very clear dividing line about like, well, this was the popcorn movie, or this was the thinking man's movie. You see what I mean?
Oh, so it's like a Barbenheimer thing going on?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Trying to replicate that weird anomaly.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a bad idea, honestly, to try to replicate. Like, give it a shot. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Because one is just action, mindless flick, and then the other one is a lot more intelligent and artsy.
Right.
So, could be.
It's very like awards friendly with like the craftsmanship and whatnot.
It also depends on how well Doomsday does. Like that one also seems like a really ambitious project, and Marvel's got kind of a strange reputation at the moment. So it's if they can really pull in that audience and redeem themselves with this one film, especially with some of the decisions they're making, like Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom and whatever else they're trying to do in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sink or swim situation. Like if Doomsday fails, Dune will look very good by comparison. But it is possible that the reverse is true, where Doomsday wins the Marvel crowd back. Nobody goes to see Dune because some people that do say that, oh, it was kind of weird in comparison with the previous movie and what it's adapting. So there is a lot of risk with the movie. I did watch briefly a bit of Timothée Chalamet saying that he was very excited to see this movie come out because he said, we made a really big swing with this one and he doesn't know how people are going to react. And I was like, but that's the thing is,
I'm stoked for that, whatever that means.
I don't think they have a chance of getting any Oscars unless they do a big swing though. Like they just have to take that risk. Like, I don't think it works to play it safe and to make the movie kind of just like a nice ending.
Shouldn't be a bow.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It doesn't call for that, this story. But I think he's, like you said, he has enough artistic integrity that whatever it is will be the proper resolution for the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because the end of Messiah is kind of not where it ended trilogy. So it's interesting. But it does lend to further spin-off film.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how they're going to solve that.
Yeah.
Because again, he's got integrity. He's going to be like, no, I'm ending my trilogy. And it has to be an end.
Yeah, he's doing like what Christopher Nolan did for Batman.
Right. Yeah.
You know, where he just does his trilogy and then he's done and then that's it. Whatever happens.
Although
happens
Nolan's
afterwards.
third film was really bad. So.
And that's what a lot of people are comparing this with. They're like, is this going to be like a Dark Knight Rises situation where it just doesn't land? And I'm like,
I
that's
don't think
possible.
so.
But yeah, I don't really see that happening. Like, I do think it's a little annoying that they keep changing writers. I wish they would have just kept the writer.
For Dune?
Yeah, because
Oh.
the first writer, I can't remember his name now, but it was the same writer for Forrest Gump.
Okay.
And then this, among many other films, but that's just the one I remember. The second one was somebody else. I don't remember what he had done. And then this one, it's the writer. He actually works mostly in comic books. He wrote Saga and Why the Last Man, which are both really good. So, I mean, that's
Okay.
but like writing for comics and writing for film is just like writing for novels. Like, it's all very different. Writing for games is especially different. Whenever you're switching mediums, that can be a tough adjustment. So, but maybe he has more, like, I think he has some screenwriting credits, so maybe he's well equipped. It is good too that Denis Villeneuve is helping with the writing too, to make sure that it's like completing his vision of what he wants to have happen. But yeah, it's like that's kind of a key point here, because like the craftsmanship, the first Dune proved that. Even the second one, to its credit, it did get a number of nominations in those categories,
course
and
it
it won
did.
a couple.
Yeah.
So like they're
But it
not
gets sound and special effects or something like that.
Yeah, sound and visual effects. So it's going to be up for those again. It's going to win both of those again. Like, those are stuff that we just know. Like,
Maybe Timothy will actually win for this one.
that's what
Like,
some
it's my
people
chance.
say. I mean,
You don't think it's going to happen, do you?
I just think they are going to punish that man for like 10 years.
Fair.
I think they're going to be like, no Oscar for
We
you.
know you can. Give
So-
someone else a chance.
So yeah, exactly.
What?
They're going to treat him. He is this generation's Pacino and DiCaprio, where just everybody knows they're immensely talented. We're like, wow, one of our great actors. We'd all love to see them win Oscars, but it's like, we'll wait till like
One
a
day.
week year and they have like a bit part and they're like, supporting actor, here you go.
Then he'll go up like Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah, make a guy work for one of these.
Yeah, he probably will. Yeah, so I have a lot of thoughts about this whole whether or not Dune Part 3 can win Best Picture, because it would be history. But the thing is, every year is like history record breaking at the Oscars these
Right.
days. So it's possible. I have a full like 3-part article I'm writing. The first part just went up today, or I guess 2 days ago, or maybe a week ago. I guess I don't know when this comes out. But if you'd like, you can read that on my Substack. So I'll let you know what it is. You can put a link in the description.
Yeah,
You
just
probably
have
read the first 2 parts by this point.
Yeah.
And I just unpack all of that.
Yeah, sweet. And just subscribe to your Substack.
Subscribe
you're
to my
interested.
Substack
Okay.
for what that means.
Whatever. Gets more eyes. Well, leave us a comment on what you think. If you liked the first 2 Dune movies, which one you like better, and if you're going to watch this movie, pretty much it's going to be a resounding yes. I mean, I don't imagine anyone in our audience doesn't like Dune. But let me know if you do. And I'll let you know why you're wrong.
I have to wonder. So here's a question for you before we close out. Because there's so many big movies coming out this year, they can't all be great, right? Some of them have to be flops at some point, right?
I mean, if you're going off just a statistical probability, sure.
So what flops?
The
The new Spider-Man.
I know. Well, I'm gonna go out there, get all the hate. I'm pretty sure Doomsday is gonna flop.
If I had to bet, that's what I would bet.
Of the choices, I think they're really gonna try and shape up and drag in their audience as much as possible.
And it is the Russo brothers, so I feel like it.
There's gonna be a
Gotta
lot
be
of great
good.
things about it, yes. But if you're looking at someone like me, I don't particularly care. I'd rather watch Dune 6 or 7 times than go watch Doomsday. I'll probably watch Doomsday, but my interest just lies in.
What about Doomsday?
That's gonna be the phenomenon. What they're gonna call it. Well done. You heard it here first. Doomsday. It's gonna be the Barbenheimer word. But yeah, I think it probably will do fairly well, to be fair. But of the films that we mentioned, like He-Man, that one's such a weird one because it's so stylistic.
Yeah,
But
see,
I think
feel
it's
like
going to be like that summer blockbuster that doesn't try to be anything more than it is. So it's just going to be a fun movie, kind of like Project Hail Mary was.
Yeah, it's like I want to say like, ooh, there is a risk for He-Man to flop, but like, gosh, that movie just looks like so much fun.
It looks so goofy, but yeah.
And I
so
never
great.
respond to that kind of movie. Like, it's just out of my wheelhouse. But that trailer, I was like, this looks great. I just want to watch this. This looks hilariously fun.
It does.
So I can't just, it's hard imagining that movie not making, at least being well liked by fans, by audiences.
Right.
I think they're going to have a good time.
I'll go out on a limb and potentially also toss in Odyssey. Now, here's my point. Matt Damon's not great with these roles. Not great.
He's not. It's a weird casting choice.
It's
There's a lot of weird casting choices in that movie, by the way.
Yes, also that. But also, it's a weird directorial debut for this type of movie for him.
For who?
For Nolan.
Okay.
Like, I understand he kind of runs along the line of epics, but this is like very specific work that he's trying to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this isn't his gimmick,
The psychological stuff,
time,
space, time, yeah.
Yeah, this one, the Greek epic. It's just a weird choice. Like, I didn't expect to see his name. I don't expect that he'll do a bad job. I think he has a lot of artistic integrity as well. But it's also one of those, I'm like, I don't know what this is going to be like when it comes out. And even the trailer's real vague.
And some people are railing on it because of like the costume design choices.
I didn't like the helmet that they show at the
choices.
beginning. That one's weird.
I don't have an issue with it because to me it just looked like a Nolan style Batman helmet.
Yeah.
And so obviously that's not what I envision when I read the Odyssey.
Right.
But I'm not like a diehard for the Odyssey. I've taught it a few times. Like, it's an interesting book. There's good elements in it. But like, yeah, to adapt that, you would just go through and find the good stuff, and then all this boring noise just gets thrown out the window.
But he's gonna make it a 6-hour movie, so you're gonna get all of it anyway.
Yeah, maybe. I agree. It is very odd. I do think people are hyping it up way too much. And they're acting like Dune just has, it's like there's two Dune camps. It's like the Dune camps, there's the fans who are just like, it's Lord of the Rings time. Return of the King. Sweep, 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 sweep. There's that. But then there's everyone else saying it's like, it's going to be like that third Batman movie.
The Dark Knight Returns or whatever.
Dark Knight Rises or whatever.
Rises.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. You're very right about the Odyssey one, though. Like, I'm interested. I'm going to go see it. But it is like a kind of a wild card movie.
It is.
I guess Nolan isn't really an epic kind of...
Yeah, it's just a strange idea. I mean, I'm sure he's going to do a great job. But with some of those other factors, like some of the aesthetics, Matt Damon being... Is he Odysseus or what's the main character? It's Odysseus,
Odysseus,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the weirdest casting choice in the whole movie.
I saw him in Last Duel, and I was like, you guys should have seen him the first day. He should have auditioned. You'd be like, oh, Matt Damon, cool. And then he should have
acted. See it, Matt.
And then it's like, all right, get him out of here. Let's get somebody else. What? No. Because like Adam Driver would have actually been a better choice for Odysseus.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because he acted alongside Matt Damon in Last Duel, and I was like, okay, the caliber here is not even fair. Matt Damon's not like an incompetent actor, but he doesn't have a lot of range.
Right,
so
that's
putting
the
him
issue.
out of his comfort zone, like he doesn't shine.
Like he's great in Good Will Hunting, he's great in The Martian.
Right.
He is a great actor, but like you said, there's very little range. He has to stay within what he can do.
Yeah, you put him in the Bourne series, phenomenal.
He's not a Gary Oldman who can just do total chameleon. Now is something different.
Also, give Adam Driver a chance. I'd love to see him as Odysseus. I think he'd do a fantastic job.
I could see that one. Because Adam Driver has that really like deep voice, and he can bring a lot of gravitas to something. So I could see him.
He's just such a sincerity on screen that he'll sell anything you give him. Like even if it's a garbage role, he'll be like, "Well, I'll do it the best I possibly can."
Yeah,
and he'll stick out even if the role doesn't Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. That one's one of those that I'm like, this has potential to not be good or as good as I'd like it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two that I put on the chopping block. Anyway, so what would you say?
What do I think will flop?
Sounds like you mostly agree.
Yeah, I mostly agree. I don't think Spider-Man will flop. I think that'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I think that'll
It'll
just
do
be
just
run
as
of the
well
mill
as the other ones will.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything new. I don't think we're gonna get anything bad. I think it'll just be solid. He-Man, I guess I'm not really ready to accept that it won't be good because it just looks like so much fun.
Can't be.
And I'm just like, gosh, that has to be fun.
It has to be.
It has to be.
It has to be as good as the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for from that
line.
movie. Yeah, is where this movie that, people look at it and are like, oh, Dungeons and Dragons, what is this crap? And then you watch it and you're like, this is so much fun.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
What happened?
A wonderful time. That's what I'm expecting from that. Yeah, I guess I'd hedge my bets on Odyssey, but I feel like I will say, here's what I'll say about the Odyssey versus Doomsday. I'm more willing to bet that Doomsday would not go over as well, in part because they're really working hard to bring everybody back. Yes. And I think that's a much harder
that's been
effort.
The primary marketing campaign too. There's been a bunch of segments of these, hey, he's back, hey, he's back, hey, he's back, hey. It's like, okay, all right.
Right.
What's the movie though?
Right. And I think to their credit, I think it's good that they're doing that, like well in advance, letting us know that this movie is coming and that it's a big movie and that they're putting all their efforts and eggs into one basket to make like a big, good movie. Because what they were doing for so long was doing like 4 or 5 movies a year, and it was all of them were pretty much the same, interchangeable. And then occasionally you'd see like a Winter Soldier and you're like, wow, that was actually really something else. And then everything else was just like a blur in your mind.
Well, then they got to a phase where they started branching into even more content with the shows and stuff, and it was like,
and
oh
then
my
you
gosh.
needed to see that, and then their quality was dropping, and it was just, and then they kept doing this gimmicky stuff, like the Marvel humor or whatever, and it's like, okay, it's run its course, you need to adapt, and they're just not adapting.
Yeah.
So I guess that one has the case of like, if they don't adapt with this movie, it's going to bounce off everybody, and so they're going to go up with this uphill battle, people being skeptical, so and like butthurt fans who are just like kind of done with it. So I feel like they do have a bit of a hurdle. But yeah.
But maybe that makes them shape up.
Yeah, maybe it could. And to your point about Nolan, I feel like Nolan's learned his lessons. That's what I feel. Like, okay. I feel like, when he made Oppenheimer and got all those Oscars, I don't think it went to his head. Because he actually is president of the Directors Guild, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So, that kind of followed shortly after that or before that, something like that. So he kind of like, I think was like, all right, like I kind of found what I do best, finally. Like I looked back and I was like, hey, Dark Knight, that was something. Inception, that was something. And so now Oppenheimer fits into that. So this is very much
now
like,
let's do something totally different.
Which is now why we're kind of
epic
like
Greek fantasy.
Okay, so is this like Tenet levels of stuff? Like what are we dealing with? I've never even seen that one, but I've heard it's just so bizarre. And it's like, this is a bizarre project if the script isn't solid. Like you can do an Odyssey script, but it's a lot of weird moving parts. Like it doesn't have a simple, like straightforward plot. It's just kind of all over the map.
Arc. It's just kind of a series. It's like an anthology almost of adventures he has in order to teach certain lessons within Greek mythology.
And typically when you adapt the Odyssey, you don't do the stuff at home. You do like the first half of the book and then you stop. And the whole stuff with the suitors and everything, you just don't even bother with. But this, it's like he shows a lot of shots of like
him at home.
Yeah, like his wife and his son and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so if we're spending time there, are you doing the whole book? Because like that could be a 2-part movie right there.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be long. For sure. It's gonna be like old school Hollywood, like Ben-Hur status or Lawrence of Arabia or something.
Which I'm all for.
Sure.
This either way.
It's gonna be the 2 VH. It's gonna be like a 4 VHS movie. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. This does feel like it's going to be a very good year for Hollywood either way, though.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. A lot of theater movies, which is great. I enjoy theater movies, so.
Yeah, it's
For
good.
what it's worth, the roller coaster, I'll be on the roller coaster.
Yeah, it feels like it's a lot less agenda-based of a year. The big major player movies are going to be out there to try to win the audiences back. They've finally clicked on that, like, we got to get people into theaters.
Yeah.
Enough. So
back to epics it is.
I think that's a great call. Go
Yep.
back to like those early 2000s, the 90s era where it was just like
Braveheart, Gladiator, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yep.
big movies. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Agreed. Yeah. So stick with us for the year. We're going to be going through all of them.
Yeah.
Better or worse. See how it goes.
We'll see.
Thanks for watching. So you made it to the end of the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you thought.